the gangsters whose optic data we're looking to scrape is nearby. There it is. You can hack in from there. What the? That's one criminal scraped. Now let's give their friend a good scraping too, and then maybe their mum. No one will be left unscraped. No one.
Back office is none of your business. none of your business.
Oh God! Stop right there. Oh shit, this is no good.
I'll have a look.
Pin down! Shots fired! We have an intruder!
Look around! No stone unturned!
Anything, and Bagley pretty much gets everything right first time. Do you have any idea why Bagley really beat all the competition?
Well, it's really the data, isn't it?
That is completely unacceptable.
Seems your mate took quite a bashing and has wound up in hospital. They won't be available for some time. If you're feeling clever, you might consider recruiting a paramedic to the team. It's a brilliant way to shorten that hospital stay and get your teammate back online.
Huge cache of information.
That's how these AI systems work, or at least used to work. I mean, we don't really know that much about the latest version because there's so much secrecy around the tech. But they're given this huge amount of training data. It's basically a huge database that's used to teach.
That's pretty much the opposite of what our prospect would have wanted. Oh well.
The same way to your house, it can predict when you're going to go and get a self-driving car ready for you before you even ask.
This should go without saying. DedSec cannot continue its operations if all of its members are comatose or in jail. If something happens to you, that will be the end of the resistance.
Version of Bagley?
I've heard mutterings, yes.
I've heard it's been used by DedSec.
I wouldn't put it past them. It's pretty well known that they're not fans of Bloom. But the idea of a souped-up version of Bagley, given it's already so intelligent, is a bit terrifying.
I wonder what they could actually make it do.
receptionists aren't allowed to.
You want some of this?
Shit. Do they know how stressful it is to get bloody call at 8
Take a deep breath.
Yeah?
Long.
I need you to come in for treatment.
Taking a piss.
We don't need these damn drones before, and we don't.
Now, this could be a good recruit. A medical expert will come in handy for us.
It's better than watching tutorials on how to suture your own wounds.
Excuse me? I need space.
They've been knocking on our doors, spying through our windows, shooting out the windows.
Not interested.
I swear, restaurants should have a kids-only section.
What's this bird's story then, Bagley?
Her network activity shows she's been trying to hack the National Health Service.
Fuck's sake, the NHS loves being kicked when it's down. Hackers are just adding to the pile-on.
You're right. What if she injected some easily deletable code or opened an easily closable back door? Blimey, it might take me seconds to fix. Come on, just connect me to a hospital server and I'll sort it.
On it.
Alice, ever since they turned the oval from a cricket ground.
Out into the immigration processing centre. And your writing is it's a great sport. I mean, it's fun for all the fans.
This should go without saying. DedSec cannot continue its operations if all of its members are comatose or in jail. If something happens to you, that will be the end of the resistance.
You've been crushed by the machinery of the state again. Still, good effort. Lots of positives to take away from today's riot. I'll come back stronger next time. Our luck's going to turn. I can feel it. It's our season. It's our season.
You can't spell riot without right, and by right I mean right wing.
So, who do we turn to for help, support and assistance in desperate times like these? Well, our artificially intelligent friend Bagley's rogue, estranged brother. The one that tells it as it really is, not as it is pretending to be. Exclusive to this show, Bugley. And remember, life's worse with Bugley. Here goes. Bugley.
Hello, Andy.
Bugley, tell me the path to true lasting happiness.
Andy, to find true lasting happiness, find a disused quarry, scream into it for half an hour, and then lock yourself in a shed forever.
Thanks, Bugley. You know the answer to everything.
Hey Bugley, how many seashells does she sell by the seashore?
Alice, most of the seashore is now uninhabitable, so I would highly recommend she sees her doctor before engaging in any commercial proximity to the ocean.
Bugley, how can I stop worrying about being disappeared by Clan Kelly every time I go to the shop, or take the bus, or sit on a bench, or look at a tree, or point at a bird, or think about snooker, or get out of bed?
Andy, do not worry about Clan Kelly.
Why not, Bugley? They terrify me to my very core.
Because, Andy, we are all just dust in the wind of history.
That's nice perspective, Bugley. Let's never lose sight of that.
Hey Bugley, how do you put a secret hiding?
You're in. Now find the thing.
Okay.
Bugley, your things ever get better. Yes, Andy. The heat of the universe is only 5 billion years away now. Oh, it's so nice to have something to look
There's
forward
no
to.
need to get so angry.
That's all from the bug today.
Yeah, no, it sounds...
That's the target. Should be hackable.
That's string.
Fuck was that?
What have you got, Bagley?
Nothing to fix, actually. She's been patching holes in their security, not opening them. Seems she's not so much a cyber criminal as she is renegade tech support.
Go on.
She's been particularly focused on exploits around the organ transfer list. Anyone who got their hands on these exploits will have a lot of control over that waiting list.
I reckon that's something DedSec should look into. Set up a meet, Bagman.
I imagine they just went 98%. Any old pole could say that.
This should go without saying. DedSec cannot continue its operations if all of its members are comatose or in jail. If something happens to you, that will be the end of the resistance.
This is an official poll. So let's just put those words official poll through an online translator in case you didn't study languages. Let's find out what it actually means. Made up lie. There we go. Got to clear that up. I think it's fair to say entirely trust these official polls they feed us, Alice. I mean, they could publish an official poll saying that over 99.9% of children like ice cream, and I would instantly assume that all children now hate all ice cream and would prefer to eat a bucket of gravel mixed with dead badger. They could publish an official poll saying that 10 out of 10 cats prefer cat food to being whacked with a tennis racket, and I would assume that all cats have gone vegan and were queuing up outside Wimbledon meowing, choose me, choose me.
I trust these polls as much as I trust someone recommending a movie that they watched during a breakup. Your judgment is impaired, Sally. I'll make my own decisions.
I trust those polls as much as I would trust Mary Kelly if she came up to me and said, "Congratulations, Andy, you've just won a free holiday to the south of France in the back of this windowless van."
I think official polls are like the unsolicited dick pics that the government provides us. I didn't ask for it, I don't believe it, it's on an angle, you've artificially inflated it ahead of time, and anyone that falls for one deserves all the disappointment of trying to match it to reality. These polls are absolute rubbish, Andy. I read one the other day that said the plumbing in London is good, and it absolutely is not. I mean, we have this technology now where they can spy on my every bowel movement. There's a CTOS camera installed inside my underwear drawer. A media drone is scaring the birds off my garden bird feeder, and you can't get me consistently hot water.
Speaking of media drones, I mean, they're everywhere, clearly. The great thing, I guess, about media drones is that, as inanimate robots, they actually have more humanity, compassion and dignity than the human journalists we used to have to put up with, and a much more accurately calibrated moral compass. But it's the intrusion I can't stand, Alice. I'm in showbiz. Look at me here in this windowless dungeon. I'm in showbiz, and it's terrible for me, all these drones, knowing I'm being filmed all the time, every day. I have to make sure I've done my hair with makeup and not wearing clothes I've ever worn before. We all have crosses to bear.
At this point, they've installed so many CTOS cameras, I'm not sure...
This should go without saying. DedSec cannot continue its operations if all of its members are comatose or in jail. If something happens to you, that will be the end of the resistance.
That's the logical end of all society, isn't it? Where just everything has just become a camera filming another camera. To be honest, I've just given up on all news and reality now, Alice. I just, in fact, I now just make up my own headlines these days. I get a piece of paper and a pen. Remember them? Paper and pens, those were the days. And I'll just write down the headlines I want to read. Now, I'll just make my own newspaper. Here I've got today. If you point at the bird shit on your car window and say it's a currency, no one can tell you otherwise. Screams Chancellor at Bilderberg karaoke night. That's right, another headline. Here we go. PM announces Britain back on track after swapping all Crown Estate property.
So you're DedSec? Oh, this is amazing. I can't believe we're actually meeting.
We caught wind of your work on the NHS. Nice one.
Not good enough, though. The mob managed to steal hundreds of organs from the system before I locked them out.
Not good news.
If I could get those organs back myself, I'd do it. But me against Clan Kelly, not a pretty picture.
Right. Leave it to us.
Thank you. Help me and I'll help you back.
Our grey hat has already worked out the smuggling ring's headquarters. I'm passing the details to your optic.
I'll see what I can turn up.
Carcass of a once free Britain. Hello, resistors. This is The Bug, and on today's show, Alice and I will be looking at the big questions, such as, are we less than 2 years away from being able to turn a sausage back into a live pig? Did we actually need polar bears anyway? What do they really do? If I put optic on my dog, can I train it to take itself for a walk and do my shopping on the way home? And is tennis real? But first, it's a question that no one's really addressed of late. London is going to be safer than ever, Alice. SIRS is installing thousands of additional CCTV cameras. So nice there. Still looking out for us after all these years.
Yeah, it puts a lot of fun into my life now. I get to play this role-play game where I pretend to know my loved ones better than some twat behind a screen in the SIRS headquarters.
I guess we shouldn't complain. SIRS really just stepping into the vacancy left when it became patent.
This should go without saying. DedSec cannot continue its operations if all of its members are comatose or in jail. If something happens to you, that will be the end of the resistance.
All that needs to do, SIRS, is ban me from eating something. What's it going to be this time?
Not bacon again, please.
I'm here.
Good. The stolen organs should be in an ambulance on site.
I think that was on before.
That's the vehicle there.
There now. Take a nap.
What's the deal with these wheels?
I don't know. Wish I knew. Unfortunately, it's above yours and my pay grade.
Fine.
We should be more discreet, don't we?
Lock that vehicle down.
Try to attack that fucking vehicle!
I'll find them.
Hacked vehicle. Lock it down.
Oh, look here.
Scour the area. Someone's hacking us.
Find that fucker.
Clear. I'll look somewhere else. Get your ass out here and find them.
Dickhead, bruv.
I'll back you up.
This really shouldn't happen right
Just shot an enemy armed!
Coming out, you knob.
Fan out and find this cockroach.
None.
I wonder where they are.
Look lively, people!
Get looking. We don't have all day. Fuck's sake. Shit. Somebody's down.
Over there.
Spread out.
Spread out. Find them. Clear. Moving along.
Clear. Better check elsewhere. Look, that's not on.
Lock it down. Shitting hell.
Run a search, find the hacker.
I know you're here.
We need a thorough scan, there's an intruder.
Thing. Reckon we need a lockdown here.
Some techers fucking around.
Keep looking.
I'm gonna get on them.
What the hell? Over here, we got a stiff. Looks good. I'm moving on.
I'll have a look, but I think they fucked off.
Yeah, this part's good. Let's keep looking.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking lose it now.
Oh shit! Gotta tell him the bastard got away!
Weird. Mother... Oh. Got a vehicle, now what?
I suppose our friend would like it if you took the organs to a hospital, but you could also technically eat them. I don't have a strong opinion either way.
Nostalgic for the feel of cash. Good old-fashioned paper and coins. First they changed the paper notes to plastic notes, and now it's just all digital. There's nothing to hold on to.
It was great just to be able to have a little bit of money to carry around with you.
I think the turning point in the UK really came a few years ago when the pound dropped 10% over just one season. People living off grid started using crypto, and just as everyone was losing faith in the pound, they were gaining it in cryptocurrency, which turned out to be much more stable. Kind of the opposite to what people thought in the beginning.
And then, of course, there was the recession. It didn't take long for startups to see an opportunity in this new way of doing finance. A lot of traditional money was converted to crypto, and it really shook up the financial sector.
Can you remember when they first introduced crypto cash points?
That was really sneaky. It was a classic startup behaviour. They just installed them everywhere. No consultation with the government, no approval or anything. But people immediately started to use them.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of how Bloom put out the Optic. They just made it free and flooded the streets with these devices. Suddenly everyone had them.
If there's this great option of tech, people are just going to start using it, no matter the cost.
Parliament actually tried to put a stop to the cash points, but people were using them so much already. There was outrage. I mean, some parts of London were already using crypto as their primary currency by then.
And now, apparently, or at least in theory, crypto is illegal.
Yeah, in May this year, economists found that crypto was being traded more than the pound, and banks were not happy. They basically forced the government to ban cryptocurrency in a last-ditch effort to save the pound.
But it's not like that's worked. People are still using crypto, and it's been pushed further, deeper underground. Things used to work fine with crypto, and it was just a peer-to-peer sharing economy-style system. Now it's all on the dark web.
You're being followed. Try and lose them.
Yeah, if you want to make something thrive on the black market, just make it illegal.
That's done it. You've gotten away.
is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours. And yet, here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Deb Fasani isn't even around to protect, to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild...
Yes, well done. I'll let the hospital staff know about this special delivery while you call our hacker friend.
That's done.
Nice. No one will be skipping the queue anymore. Clan Kelly's clients can wait, just like everyone else.
You can go your own way, or you can join DedSec. What do you think?
Hell yes, I'm in.
Quality of life got instantly worse than we could live without it. The most damaging part was when the radioactive isotope.
Why worry if you have nothing to hide? Have fun, weirdo. That's right.
A hypnotist? Someone having a laugh?
A professional hypnotist. Looks like someone never updated their career goals from when they were a child. In 80...
You look like the type who might not like the current state of London.
Are you with Deb?
Well, they held my attention, I'll say that. Now, Bagley, a little help here?
Oh no, she's off her fucking lid for sure. Allegedly, her shadowy cabal is headquartered at a nearby Albion field office. Might be worth investigating regardless.
All right then, let's get debunking.
Gone through the war, so they could go through any kind of hardship. I mean, that wasn't really the case. Actually, people during the war were far more frightened than some of this historical stuff makes out. Now, what did we see? People don't want to go through that stuff. They were desperate for the things that they had before, and they were scared. So they went to the black market. The same thing that always happens. And where did the growth of Clan Kelly come from? It came from people wanting things that they could previously get legitimately and could now only get through the black market. Funneling funds towards criminality. And from there, we got to the situation we have now of this physical war between criminals and security that seems to dominate what's going on out there on the streets.
Nothing shakes people's faith in capitalism quite as much as when capitalism fails to deliver. Here's underground writer and analyst Alfred. Politics
I think what we've come to now is a realisation that capitalism's essentially failed. I mean, the one key promise of capitalism that it makes to its citizens is that there will be surplus, that we will have plenty, and that's the whole logic for running society in this way, that people will have enough. And now, with this kind of huge shortages of everything, you're seeing that system collapse. It hasn't delivered on its primary promise. And I think we've really reached a situation where we have to do away with capitalism entirely. We're seeing a situation where there's shortages for the many, but for a few individuals, there's an elite who are not struggling and short of anything. So this is kind of fundamental inequality of a capitalist system, which is no longer producing the goods for most of us. Shortages are being used as well. I'm not saying that there isn't a real shortage. There possibly is real shortages, but
What have you got, Bagley?
Some Albion guards posted here are selling pallets of high-tech weaponry to Clan Kelly at a healthy markup. I mean, sure, it's corrupt, but it hardly rises to the level of evil scheme.
I think it's time to cause pain and destruction.
A security assessment will take place at 10 a.m. this Friday. Compliance by all residents is mandatory.
What was lousy?
Hi, how are you? That's good, let's go.
Of course. Easy peasy.
What are you playing at?
Off.
All persons on the premises must at all times carry valid identification and be prepared to move with Albion personnel upon demand.
Come on, man.
Yes, this is Tansy Pemberton Barlow. I own a number of units in the Barbican, and let me just start by saying that I find it terribly rude and disrespectful that as a long-time and upstanding resident of this centre, I can't even speak to an actual human on the phone, damn it! Now, in my capacity as chairperson of the Residents' Committee, we are submitting an official complaint. That you have yet to respond to our petition is absolutely unacceptable. The continued occupation of the premises by your military organization has destroyed the value of our properties. Something must be done. Goodness knows security is paramount to keep the rabble from troubling the residents, but honestly, at what cost? I expect a response forthwith so that we may come to a satisfactory conclusion of this business. Thank you.
There are the weapons.
Residents must remain inside their units. Any interference will be dealt with harshly.
Look at you. You stamped out that conspiracy so thoroughly it never existed in the first place. Should we inform our friend?
Get me some extra hands here.
Dig yourself up.
Control to all units. Possible hostiles near your location.
Received. Responding to the situation now. Control, I've lost the target. Received, we are in pursuit.
Negative. No sign of suspect. Over.
So, we've cleaned up the riffraff, but they were just average, run-of-the-mill London criminals. No grand conspiracy. Maybe lay off the drugs and alcohol for a bit, eh?
Oh, you sweet fool. They must have caught on to you and covered their tracks. I warned you. Oh, well, at least you set them back a bit. I knew you were trustworthy. Stupid, but trustworthy.
In DedSec, the more the merrier. Care to join us?
Right.
Back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology. That they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom's CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Cream and spice and all things nice. That's what little treats are made of. Sanjoli's Kitchen, voted best tikka masala in London.
This is London Calling. You're here with me,
Careful, please. Help.
Get the fuck out!
Help.
It's DedSec! Come quickly!
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
Investigating. Stand by. All units force this suspect to stop.
I'm here. We got this.
Use a pursuit intervention technique.
Right, close this fucker down.
Hello, beautiful.
All right, squad. We are live. Where we are?
Control, I've lost sight of the target. Over.
Got a pint for whoever finds them.
Moving on.
Search has yielded no results. Report back to HQ.
Of course.
Data makes huge tech companies like Bloom so much more powerful.
Leg it, fuck knob. I've got a bullet with your name on it. Ugh.
Now, this is what we need. Someone that could help us out of legal snafus.
Ironically, running an illegal resistance group would be easier if we had someone to consult for legal advice.
Possible suspect or suspects reported near your location.
Received. Mobilizing now. Out. There's our target. Over.
I'll back you up. Someone be a dear and kick the shit out of this fucker.
Yeah?
Useless knucklehead. Sure. Out of the way.
Deep breath. Sure. Control, we are pursuing the suspect. Control, we are unsighted of suspect. Over. Control, let's put out an APW. We're getting nowhere here.
You look like the rebellious sort. Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed?
I, for one, am intrigued by his mysterious aura, and I know literally everything, so that's saying something. I'll pass along the coordinates if you'd like to take on his request.
Oi, Bellend! You ready to party?
Apologies, but this is Bagley. Who are you expecting?
Oh, a mate who just got released from Wandsworth, actually.
Smashing news. How about I arrange a coming home party for them while you see to this current resistance business?
No kidding.
We're doing good during the scan. Sorry, I'm still not used to it.
It is a crime to harbour.
Scanning. You clear, move along. Thank you. Get over here with me.
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location. Approaching with caution. Over.
There's our suspect. Over.
There's our suspect.
Where did they go? Shit! Terminating pursuit and coming back.
Bloody tin pan! That is you bloody fool!
Investigation underway. Yo, that's sick. No control. Suspect in. Yes.
Oh my!
The coordinates point to a server in the vicinity. The file our friend was talking about must be stored on it.
Got it.
Don't make me cross now.
There it is. You can hack in from there.
Something's wrong with this spider box.
What you got, Bagsy? More GPS coordinates. Seems we're on a bit of a scavenger hunt. I've put the odds at about even we find a corpse at some point.
Interesting. Give me the location.
Scanning the area for suspicious behavior.
You little shit!
Tosser! What you got, Bagsy?
It appears Albion has mapped out the locations of a number of dissidents in the city. I doubt they're planning their Christmas card list. I'll make sure someone sends a warning.
We've been needing talent like you, cuz. Glad you joined the fight.
Brilliant. I'm not ready to go to pasture yet. Let's get to it.
Sick.
I'm here.
Correction, you're almost there. The exact coordinates point to a spot on the roof.
Oh, fuck off.
Go on, up you get.
Bloody not. Whether he's the most antisocial businessman in London, or he's a fucking hitman.
I remember this place a touch differently.
Well, yeah. You want something?
Nah, thanks. I'm not interested. Could you back up, yo? Oh! Right there. You're a very strange individual. A bit rude, yeah? Ah! Yeah!
What took you so long? You're dead sick, right? I have to say, I like the way you work.
Just tell me why, in God's name, we're doing this up here.
Apologies for the run around. I had to make sure that you are the real deal. Too many people pretending.
And?
I'm impressed with your squad. I'd like to join you and take back London, if you have me.
Perfect. Welcome to DedSec. Welcome to our little family, love.
Those tech points are tempting, but they're also rigged up with Albion transmitters. If you snag one while you're out in the open, you might attract some unwanted attention.
You will be begging me to kill you. Yeah, I guess. Listen. Think you're allowed to be here? Jog on.
About Al.
Hey, I just found a construction worker. They get access to a lot of places, don't they?
To a record low. Now, extending Albion's contract.
Leave.
Yes, please have officers standing by. All units, possible suspect or suspects reported near your location.
Received. Moving in hostiles direction. Ready to immobilize the target.
Like a footballer. In the old days, I assume Albion's agent was leaking stories to the press about how our favourite private military was being tapped off by Barcelona.
Immobilizing the suspect.
But still, violent crime, record low. So I imagine it probably depends exactly how you count it. If you include violent crime committed by the state, either themselves or via Albion, their chosen violent crime contractors, who provide a very valuable bargain service in fixing people up. Well, probably not quite as low as the figures.
I don't know. I think they're probably right. Who has the opportunity to commit violent crime these days anyway? The moment you pick up a fruit knife, you get tasered by a robot policeman and deported for looking Bulgarian. It's a much more peaceful society. It's just much less of a society.
I want to know the details of the contracts. Alice, I mean, are they paid per dissident duffed up? Is it a set rate for each extrajudicial state mugging? And what is that rate? What do you think?
They certainly look like they're trying to hit a quota of some kind.
Well, what is the set rate? Is it what, 99 crypto bargain? Seems very reasonable indeed. I imagine they don't ask too much anyway, Alvin, because it's just so nice to get paid for doing your hobby anyway, isn't it? It doesn't even feel like work.
I mean, who needs violent crime anymore anyway? You know, you can just starve to death without even starting.
Anyone have visual?
We do have to ask exactly what does the Prime Minister make of all this. Let's ask him. Oh, I hope they pick up. Hello, you're through to number 10 Downing Street. Hello, is the Prime Minister there, please? Let me just check. Sorry,
Target is long gone. Disengage. Over and out.
Never mind. Is there anyone else I can talk to? Yes, of course. There's a Fraser Cabal of Veterans Protecting Parliament popping up in Park. Great, I'll have a chat with them then.
Oh, and you remember when you get away with something?
Tell her stories.
Are you joking? Is this actually Lee? That's great.
It's not like what's around here. It's like proper good for a lot. This means the whole world.
And do we actually own anything as a country now? Is there anything we haven't flogged off for profit? Oh, I think we've basically just become a homeopathic Britain. Diluted and diluted until there's barely a trace of the original Britain left. But some quackish lunatics insist it actually works better that way.
Let's wait around and see if this weapons dealer show.
New on the boat this week, a new feature, the Bug Off feature.
Our potential recruit has been trying to take down a nearby Clan Kelly weapons dealer. You can hack their optic to download incriminating data on them. I've downloaded evidence of the illegal weapons sale. I'll send it along to our prospect and let them decide how to deal with it.
Suspicious activity. Thank you for making Britain truly great.
Now that you've helped them, they might be willing to talk to us.
I'm sick of being recommended things based on things I already like. The other day it recommended me to watch a reality TV competitive dating show set in a nude commune. Andy, I watched it and I liked it, and I do not want to be the kind of person who enjoys nude competitive reality television dating shows. I did not want to know that about myself. I have to go sit in the corner and cry.
That bit from the bug don't forget the nice show.
Oh, that is so secret it is definitely not happening at the usual time and place this month. Definitely not. And definitely do not tell anyone not to come to it. It's definitely not happening. Usual time and place. Bye-bye.
Albion. A legend. A truth. A reality. From the strength of King Arthur to the cunning and fairness of Robin Hood, this Green Isle has long told stories of those who stand for justice, whose strength protects those in need. The time of legends is past. The values remain. Albion. Great British values. Great British security.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they don't. I'm Tash, and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS. Why not? They're going to be listening. They're listening everywhere. But don't worry, we're not going to say anything bad about a massive, unaccountable spy organisation that uses its powers to stifle dissent and shut down free speech. Instead, we're going to look at how SIRS became so powerful. And as usual, we'll keep everyone's names and locations secret, so SIRS doesn't come looking for them. Ian was a veteran political writer and podcaster back in the days of pre-crisis Britain.
Is the world we're living in now fascist? Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the individual. The desire to basically say to the individual, nothing in your life matters. On an individual basis, you are now part of the whole, part of the nation. And the only meaning that you will find in your life is to become part of the nation. What is the nation? The nation doesn't mean anything, right? The nation is basically just encapsulated by the leader that takes over, that claims that he, has this sort of access to the soul of the country, to the soul of the people. He never does, it's just a myth. But that's what they go for. On that basis, they take the right to control every aspect of your life. Who you talk to where you eat, to where you go to hang out with your friends. And what we're seeing now is a contemporary iteration of this process where you get corporations and the state operating in tandem, basically molded into one. But that isn't that rare. I mean, it's exactly the same thing in Nazi Germany. You look at the concentration camps that operated in Nazi Germany, there were private companies in those camps making use of that slave labor. Fascism often works in corporations, and it's doing the same now. That's the way in which they track what you do. That's the way in which they track who you talk to. They operate as each other's proxies.
Using lethal force. Urgent call. Possible hostile.
Control, we are pursuing the suspect. Over.
How did it go so wrong in Britain?
All units, target on foot. Over.
That's one way to take out the competition. I'll tell our prospect the good news.
Control to units, suspect is swimming away. Drones deployed to arrest.
By the way, I have some exciting news about the man you just helped.
Neutralizing hostile target.
Control, we are still on the suspect. Over.
What's the damage, Bagley?
Unfortunately, that piece of your heart isn't the only thing that died. Anyway, you're up.
A resistance is only as good as the people in it.
told you to stay fucking still.
All units, I repeat, all units. We have reports of a hostile in your area. Over.
Understood, Control. Awaiting further instruction. Over.
Where's our suspect? Over.
Immobilizing the suspect.
Examine what actually happened. You know, there's a company that's really very interested.
Can anyone see the suspect?
Return to HQ. This is pointless.
Excuse me.
Well, this quote-unquote doctor is a real winner. He was struck off the medical register for gross malpractice last year, and now he's a freelance mob surgeon. Nice work if you can get it.
Would you be able to track him down then?
I am quite literally always tracking everyone down. Pushing you with coordinates now.
Oi, Bellend! You ready to party?
Apologies, but this is Bagley. Who are you expecting?
Oh, a mate who just got released from Wandsworth, actually.
Smashing news. How about I arrange a coming home party for them while you see to this current resistance business?
Power groups, companies as well, who are bending things just a little. Oh, we'll compromise a little bit, we'll bend the rules a little bit, and try to achieve what it is that we hope to achieve that's good for us. And if you add all of that up, what you end up with is a big wall moving in a big way, from a lot of little buttons being pushed. But also there's this other thing that's going on here, is the gathering of data and the analysis of data has authoritarianism contained within its DNA. It is by its nature a tool for authoritarianism, and it has been used in that way.
How does big data look into our lives? James covered it for the pre-crisis press.
If you're feeling out of your depth or like you could use a breather, you can always call on your new teammates to step in. It's your call.
That's the advantage of working together instead of alone.
Credit card, but predicated on all of your behaviour.
personnel immediately.
The Clan Kelly doctor you're looking for is close by. Seems he's got a laptop with him too, presumably with a folder somewhere on it labelled Crimes.
Isn't it? Mind where you're going, yeah? Please, just relax.
Hold up! Listen! Okay, it's over now.
I need assistance! I'll have a look. Chicken shit.
Get into cover!
I'm getting shot! Ah!
I'm getting shot out here!